After thoroughly examining the silver gray hair, Erin, the sister, puts it down on the black part of her paper placemat and takes out her iPhone to snap a picture. Then she starts looking for something in her dark blue purse to wrap the hair in so she can save it. I have no fucking clue why she wants to save it. It seems pretty disgusting, and besides, she has the picture. I almost want to ask her what she's planning to do with the hair when she gets back home, but decide against it. She's still obviously distressed, and I don't want to piss her off. Eventually, she finds an unused front pocket to stash it in, and a few minutes later, our food arrives. I have my usual grilled cheese and cheese fries, and Erin has some new spicy steak burger. We both take comfort food seriously, so we spend most of the meal in silence. In the absence of good people watching or conversation, my thoughts keep drifting back to the hair. Most people hate everything to do with getting old. Crow's feet, sagging skin, creaking joints, teeth you have to take out at night. After all, getting old means eventually dying. Who wants to think about that shit? Much better to start planning your first skydive, which you'll never go through with, or designing a new exercise plan, which you'll never follow, than to sit around facing the reality that your body isn't going to last forever. This is probably what motivated Erin to scream at me to rip out the hair, despite the old adage that 4 or 10 or however many more would grow in its place. What separates Erin in this situation from the average person who doesn't want to die is that she chose to save the hair. She couldn't handle it being on her head, but she also wasn't willing to condemn it to total annihilation. It was something she wanted to hide from other people, but perhaps not something that she needed to hide from herself. If this is true, then Erin's gray hair is like the tiny permanent creases I've noticed forming between my eyebrows. The ones I can't quite bring myself to hate, though I know it's the socially encouraged thing to do. I think I feel a certain affection for my future frown lines because in my mind, death is part of the past, not part of the future. I actually find the idea of getting old strangely comforting. Though I rarely think of myself as being grown up, there are always at least 3 kinds of candy on my nightstand. I honestly never planned to be around this long. I never planned to see my older sister get her first gray hair. I never even planned on turning 18. At 14 years old, I sat in a Steak and Shake, dipping shoestring fries in cheddar cheese sauce the exact same way I am right now, except I was surrounded by most of my extended family. It was the day after Christmas, and I was thinking about how I'd do it. I tried slitting my wrists before, but I could never find anything sharp enough. Or maybe I was just too much of a pain wimp to press that hard. Either way, opening a vein was out. Shooting myself would be simple, except I didn't know a single person who owned a gun, and even if I did, I didn't know how to use one. Asphyxiation just seemed like way too much work. I would have to get into the attic of our house to find a strong enough beam to hang from. And then there was the whole matter of finding a rope or something that wouldn't snap. Driving off a cliff was out. I lived in one of the flattest places on earth, plus I was too young to drive. Pills seemed like the way to go. I'd read online that you could use any of the over-the-counter pain medicines, as long as you made sure to take enough. 3 years later, when I was 17, I finally took enough. I swear to you.